Just walking to the Acropolis Museum. We've bought our tickets already, so hoping we can go in very quickly. It's a very impressive building.
Can I get some ice cream?
Ice cream?
On the way out.
We're really quite tight on time this morning.
Very tight on time. So that means you can get ice cream on the way out.
It's going to be running round the museum. Apparently there is an excavation underneath the building, so we'll have a look at that first, and then as you go up the higher layers you can see all of the statues and pieces that have come out of the Acropolis up the top there. So we got here at 5 to 9 and the gates aren't open yet, so hoping these gates will just open by themselves at 9 o'clock for our schedule. Beat the crowds first in.
Well,
Hordes are running behind us. Quick!
keep moving.
So all of the pieces in this museum are from the Acropolis. Like this crazy looking guy here with 3 heads. These sculptures come from the top of one of the buildings. They've laid them out as they would have been originally and left some gaps for the bits that they haven't been able to find. The theory is that these guys are about to be killed with one of Zeus's thunderbolts. They don't seem too worried. Zeus is missing, and then we move on to this baby bull who is being killed by a group of lions. Let's see what else we've got. If you watched our video of the Acropolis, you'll know that these are the caryatids. They are sat on the old temple of Athena and hold up the small section of roof there. You will see that there is a gap for the one that is missing, which is at the British Museum. These are the priceless originals, and the ones you see on the Acropolis are just copies. The first floor of the museum covers the smaller buildings on the Acropolis, and the top floor is devoted to the Parthenon, which of course is the largest building on the Acropolis and can be seen for miles around. Next we'll move on to the Temple of Athena Nike. I think this is Zeus hiding away up here, having his feet washed. And here we have a nymph. It's an Athenian dance. Reach the top floor, and here they show the top of the Parthenon and all of the different statues that were adorning the sides of it. Quite high up in this room. This is the west pediment of the Parthenon. It's an incredible display they've got here. These are the statues that sit high up on the apex of the Parthenon, and they depict the story of how Zeus gave birth to Athena. And it is an unusual story because apart from him being a man, he also gave birth to her from the top of his head. He had a headache and he asked one of his friends to slice his head open with an axe, and out came Athena, fully dressed and ready for battle. None of these statues have heads, so perhaps they've all given birth. You can probably tell from the colour of these that they're copies of the originals. You can see bits of original sat in there. They're the more yellow coloured sections. They took the copies from the ones held at the British Museum, and again they hope one day that the British Museum will let them have them so that they can be displayed at this Acropolis Museum. I've not seen the display at the British Museum, but the originals here don't look as good as the copies. But then the copies could be an improvement on the originals. The view from this upper floor really is stunning. The windows are huge and you get a great view of the Acropolis, which really does add to the experience. And this line here is also enjoying the view. I used to live up there. They can't be real up there, can they?
No, it must be.
They look too white.
I mean, maybe the real bits are on the back.
You have ever said.
So done the inside, now we're going to try and find a way outside.
Why do you have to?
We've now come to the underside of the Acropolis Museum, and this is a remains of a Roman bathhouse. So it's not as old as the Acropolis, but they've done a very good job of keeping it well protected. I think the most amazing thing is that they've built this whole museum on top of it. These are houses. Aristotle. one of the most famous Athenian residents. And here's another one, it's Plato. Not sure who she is, maybe Plato's wife. So we're heading out now. Joe thought that this was better than the Archaeological Museum, and yeah, in size and importance it probably is. I think I quite enjoyed the tiny little bits and bobs you found at the Archaeological Museum that you don't get here. It's all large items, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this is just much more relatable because you can see the Acropolis and you can see the bits that they've taken from it, and then this excavation is what's here, what was here, and
at the bottom of the Acropolis,
city, under a city.
Very different, isn't it, outside to what's inside. How do we get out?
Go this way.
Go through there. So as we head out of the Acropolis Museum, that is the end of our trip to Greece.
If you don't see us again, it's because we died on a plane.
But you probably will see us again, either in Parthenon or Egypt. Maybe in Egypt.